This spring, some Oklahoma cow-calf producers will be using artificial insemination to rebreed some or all of the cows in their cow herd. I think we need to have realistic expectations of an artificial insemination program. Most of them will use what we call timed AI, which incorporates the use of an estrous synchronization protocol, where we try to get all of the cows to come into estrus at about the same time, and so we can artificially inseminate them on one or two given mornings. In any situation like this, we need to understand that the estrous synchronization protocol won't be 100% effective. Let's use the example of we've got 100 cows that calved in February and March, and we apply our estrous synchronization protocol, whichever one we choose. We can realistically expect about 80% or 80 of those 100 cows to respond to the protocol that we choose. And the reason that not all of them respond is that some of the cows calved later in the calving season. Some of the cows are in poor body condition. Some of the cows give a little more milk, and therefore the suckling intensity that they're incurring from their calf has an impact on when those cows can return to estrus cycles. So let's start with that 80 of those 100 cows respond to estrous synchronization. Then if we have a really talented inseminator, a technician that knows what they're doing and does a good job with high quality semen, a 70% conception rate of the cows that he breeds is a really good goal. So now we've got 80 cows that we had capable of getting bred, 70% of those conceived to artificial insemination, and that gives us 56% or 56 of those 100 cows then that realistically we could expect to get pregnant to the artificial insemination program. That brings up the next question. How many cleanup bulls do we need in that situation? Our friends at the University of Nebraska out at the North Platte Experiment Station took a look at all of the research that had been done across the United States looking at the number of cleanup bulls that would be required in typical estrous synchronization and AI programs. And they grouped them in basically three different categories. One, a very normal situation where they'd have about one bull for every 20 to 30 cows. Another grouping they put all the research trials into were those where they had one bull to something in the neighborhood of 30 to 50 cows. And then finally, the one where they really stretched it out, where they had one bull to 50 to 60 cows. What they found, bottom line, was that it made no difference in terms of those kinds of cow to bull ratios at the beginning of the breeding season with those cleanup bulls. And why that works is, remember, we had about half of the cows already bred to AI. And therefore, the number of cows that still were eligible to get bred is half as many. And that's why when they used only 2 bulls for 100 cows, they had a cow to bull ratio of basically 1 bull to 25 cows that were eligible to be bred. And so I think we can use this information to help us decide how many bulls we need for a cleanup season in our AI program and still have a good overall pregnancy rate when we check those cows next fall. We hope this gives you a little better understanding of what to expect from an artificial insemination program and cleanup bulls afterwards for your breeding program this spring. Hey, we look forward to seeing you again next week on Sunup's Cow-Calf Corner.